Hello, everybody. This is Living Road of Darkness. New Hope, the Changeling menu. Today we have a scene starting with Donna. Donna, what are you doing? Can you please answer the question without Puka?
Well, I mean, you're asking me, not her. So,
Exactly. Pukanese is out of the table.
well, I mean, I can pook at any time. But anyway, she's. I mean, it depends, I suppose, on what time of day it is and all that. She does have a job. She could be at work. She
Okay.
could be at the Barony Freehold doing something or other that's connected to heraldry.
I'm I'm gonna say you're at work.
Okay, she's at work. She's working on something on weatherproofing some sort of satellite that will be let out to space here in the next year or so.
Your phone starts to ring. You have this like weird phone calls, like your special phones at work. Bless you.
Yeah, of course she'll. I mean, if the phone's ringing at her desk or whatever, she'll look.
hmm it's the secretary of your dad.
Answer. Hello.
Miss Shijik, my apologies. There is a man named Jonathan here who wishes to speak with you. He says he is from um, Brooklyn. He says that he comes from your house.
Well, that's very interesting.
Should I let him in?
Absolutely not. Why would I? Yes, of course you should.
Thank you. She closes the phone. Now she is probably used to Terry, not Terry, sorry, Donna's weird way of talking.
Yes, of course she is.
And doors knocked after 2 minutes.
I mean, she'll open the door. Yeah, she doesn't have a secretary herself. She's more of a scientist, so she opens the door.
The door is opened, and a troll with a lion head, via metamorphosis.
She knows this guy, right? It's
Yeah,
that guy.
this is
Yeah,
Jonathan, the Tane of the county, and he
the one
very
who
slowly.
who really really did not like her mermaid friend.
Exactly. He comes in. He says, "My
Buddy,
apologies.
what's up?
I am quite fine, thank you. I hope you're fine as well,
The
Squire
worst.
Donna." As he closed the door and then said,
Yeah, yeah. She's kind of
Squire
watching.
Donna.
Yeah.
My apologies. There's a letter from you to you from the county.
Why are you
Any?
apologizing? Do you know what's inside?
No.
Then you shouldn't be
Uh,
apologizing. Although it is odd to get bothered at work.
I will check my manners. And he extends the letter. It has a seal of House Ilunit.
Okay. She's barely freaking a member of this house, and she's getting letters already. She will accept it and be like, "Are you supposed to wait for a response or something, or do I?"
No, I would like to go back to my other people that I need to give these letters as soon as possible.
Sure. Oh yeah. Would you like some coffee? I got some coffee over here. You want some to take
I
with
have my
you?
own coffee. Thank you a lot. It was a pleasure to meet with you, Squire Donna. Can I leave?
You don't need to ask permission. You've got a job to do. Go do your job.
Thanks. He goes outside, and we move our scene to Squire Ryder.
Ryder is, let's for the sake of convenience say he is doing his day job, being a bouncer at Terry's bar.
That's
The
not a day job. That's a night job. God
Yeah,
damn it.
I mean his non-changing.
You're doing your non-changeling job. Are you there, Robbie?
I'm there. Can you hear me?
Okay, I can hear you.
Yeah.
So it's probably like 6, 6:30, 7 p.m. and Terry opens the bar as far as I know.
I mean, she at least opens it.
Okay,
I
this
imagine
opens.
Terry doesn't have like an exact opening time. It's whenever Terry feels like it.
Is it true, Saskia?
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it could be 4 or 5 since Donna's at work, so might even be 3.
This gentleman actually approaches Ryder at the door. My apologies.
Apology accepted. What have you done?
I wish to speak to you in private, Squire Ryder.
What does he look like in his human mane?
Very normal looking guy. Appearance 2. Let me find the most normal looking human form photo that I can find on my computer as fast as I can.
Don't worry about it. It's fine. Ryder says, "Fine, let's go inside. If you're coming in, you have to buy a drink, though."
That's sad, but okay.
Why is it sad you don't like drinking?
I just don't have a lot of money.
It's not a lot of money.
Pardon?
It's not a lot of money. We are what
He
you
nods.
call a dive bar.
He nods. This guy looks like an unsocial person, but he follows Ryder wherever he goes, and he actually sees Terry and looks at Terry.
She looks at Ryder and this guy. I didn't knew that you were an escort now as well. She'll say it, Ryder.
Well, I'm not. This guy hasn't got very much money. Unless there's another way you're going to pay me.
Miss Waters, I actually also have news for you. I was sent here to talk to you as well, or sent you something, along with Squire Ryder. And he whispers like Squire Ryder. Says
Fine.
it very fastly so nobody can understand.
She'll tap her coworker on the back. It's like, yeah, I have a private message to take. You mind covering?
The Boggin girl immediately will cover for Terry.
Oh, okay.
The troll is waiting wherever you guys are going,
Or
or
she'll
wherever you
take
guys
him.
taking him.
She'll take both of them to the back, where that's the employees' lounge. For as far as you can call it an employees' lounge, it also is like a storeroom, and there is in the middle of it is like a place where people can sit. Like there are some old couches and a coffee table with a ashtray on it. The ashtray is empty, but you can see on the table that there's a lot of stains from cigarette butts. There's a small kitchenette with a coffee maker. The only fancy thing actually in this place is that it's one of those things where you can just press the button and you'll get a cup of coffee.
You want some happy time wake up powder, Terry? Ryder brings out a bag of cocaine.
I know what he's offering.
But Ryder's going to offer some to the lion guy as well.
What he's offering?
Cocaine.
He
in
raises
quite
his
a
hand.
jovial, casual way.
I bear a message from the county. These are your letters. As he pulls 2 letters, sealed with the House Ilunid.
Oh, my cousin's right to me.
Harry's just gonna look at it.
I did my duty. this is all. I should go back.
You're refusing our hospitality. You really should stay.
I prefer going away. I apologize if I'm seem like I'm insulting. I just need to send more letters.
Fine.
Am I excused, Squire Rider?
What's your name?
I'm Tane Jonathan of
Hi, Tane
the
Jonathan.
county.
Look where we are. I don't think that much formality applies here. You can do whatever you like.
Thank you, Squire Rider. Miss Waters, it's a pleasure to see you again.
Sure. I know. It's always a pleasure to see me again.
He nods and fucks off. Now, all you three probably are opening the letter.
Yep.
Is there anyone who's not opening the letter?
I'm using Primal on it to make it tell me what's inside.
No,
I'm just kidding. I don't have Primal, so no.
I know. That's why I said like. No,
That's a cool use, though. I like that.
Someday.
The Harry Potter letters.
It is very
Hi, Squire Ryder. You know, Ryder the Khan, Ap Leal, hi, Squire Donna Shizik, Ni Ilunid, hi, Miss Terry Waters. I request your presence in the county freehold at the 10th of July, 8 p.m. for talking regarding certain things that pique my attention. Signed, the Count Darren Skellig Ep Ilunid of New Hope.
Oh, what have we done now?
Have a fucking job.
Donna's just gonna text her dad that she won't be able to meet him for dinner tonight because she has to go meet with the Count.
So, for my out of character knowledge, Armatron, where does a count come in the grand scheme of things?
Above the Baron.
Mm-hmm.
So, as far as you all know, the county of New Hope is ruled by two people. You know, like there's 5 baronies, and now that there's the county, New York City is a county, and the county is like leading everywhere in New York City. There's 5 baronies that like has swore fealty to this count, but the count is not around for 6 years. Like he is, like he's there, but he doesn't, like he's not being so public. His wife, the countess, has been doing most of the things. There's said like the count is not around, but his grasp is felt. There's a rumor about this is something that the noble says. You know, when someone does something wrong, his grasp is felt. So there can be two things: either you guys done something fucked up, and you know he's calling you, or is just like he says, something piques his attention and he requires your presence.
Ryder assumes that he's done something bad. If Terry's there as well, he assumes.
Right? I can imagine the two of them kind of looking at each other, being like, "Do you? No, not really. You?
I mean, Ryder definitely has done something that might be bad recently. So.
I mean, but he would pretend he didn't, so it would still be the same.
He did it fairly publicly, so I don't think he can do that.
Yeah, that's also true. But then again, Terry was not there, so...
Terry was there healing people.
Yeah, I mean, but not like in the ring, actually doing bad shit. For once.
Well, Does it say we have to go like?
Yeah,
Fine.
we have an hour to get there. Jesus Christ! Why don't they fucking schedule these kind of things? Terry's gonna frustratedly light a
Bureaucracy
cigarette.
is banal. They are attempting to elude winter.
That's
However,
amazing, but I still have a job and I have shit to do, and I can't just pop up whenever.
look on the bright side. Maybe they'll execute us or imprison us. Then we don't have to worry about a job at all.
I mean, I would still worry about my job.
So conscientious.
No, business is
Anyway,
personal.
shall we?
Sure. Just give me one moment, and she'll walk up to Owen, who is actually the bartender, the actual bartender, not the trainee. It's like, so you're in charge. I need to. Something unexpected came up. Could you ring Philippa so she can take over from Ryder? And yeah.
Coolio, boss.
If we're not back by the time the bar closes, just leave all the things and close up, and I'll deal with it whenever we get back.
He nods. Coolio, boss.
She'll, go out.
I presume all three of you are going to the county freehold.
Mm-hmm.
You all have been there before. It's a very nice place inside, and outside of it is a jazz bar. It's actually 24/7 open, but there's not always music, live music all the time. The inside there are guards and two individuals that some of you have seen or not seen before. One of them is a knight from Staten Island. Another is from Brooklyn, Sir Thomas.
Oh.
They're also waiting.
Is Donna
Sir
there?
Thomas. Donna is there. Is Donna there?
It depends if I got there first. I mean, she would have tried. She would have gone at an appropriate time to get there, probably a couple minutes early.
Okay, I'm gonna say you guys arrive a couple minutes after each other. Which is, let's say Donna arrives here first because she fucking flies everywhere.
I mean, it's easy.
I mean, so do we.
That's true. That's true. Just whatever. You guys took a couple of minutes.
It's cool.
There was a plane coming, and you guys need to change the direction. The knight is Ertun Schmetforst Ep Asen. I think Donna met him.
Yeah, that was the guy she met at the library.
Yeah, and Terry met him once, but probably doesn't remember him.
Probably not. She just does remember Thomas, though.
Yeah, she does remember Thomas. Thomas is, the Selkie, and he is a knight in House Gwydion. He's known as the Yellow Knight, and they're waiting there as well. When all of you arrive, and nod first at Donna, and then all you two who arrived later.
Yep, she came with 2 birds in tow. It still can't carry along Trubbish yet.
They kind of give you the look like, are you guys here to reason that we are here? But nobody's saying anything. They're just wondrously looking around.
Ryder's gonna walk in, see everybody. Does he I mean, does he recognize the Gwydion?
He has the things of House Gwydion. Pardon, a sigil of House Gwydion.
Brad is raising an eyebrow.
And the other guys is the House Aeson, which is an unseelie house, but it's a rare house.
Well, Jonas will walk up to Ertuğ, who I know she remembers, and be like, "Good evening, sir, Ertuğ."
Good evening, Squire Shijik. It's a pleasure to see you.
You too.
He smiles. The Selkie Knight actually goes near Terry.
Yep. She'll greet him.
Which is near Ryder.
Yo, Thomas. Fancy seeing you here, huh?
Fancy seeing you here as well, Terry. I hope everything is okay.
I've had an itch under my left toenail, actually. It's really been annoying me, but, Hey, by the way, those apples, absolutely amazing. 10 out of 10, we're going to make a deal on that.
Thank you. I'm very happy to hear it. He says with a smile, and he actually nods, extends a hand to Ryder. Squire Ryder, I presume I seen you in the tourney. You were quite good. With your hand skills in the melee.
Oh, he's extremely good with his hands.
Not good enough.
Not at all creepy.
Does Donna say that out loud?
Donna's probably still a little bit away talking small talk with Ertuğ, so probably not. That was just me.
Ryder doesn't shake his hand and just says, "Not good enough. I didn't win."
He keeps his hand to himself after he doesn't shake. He asks, "Do you guys know why we're here?"
Totally.
Why, you don't know?
No, I don't.
Have you been naughty recently? We might all be in for a telling off.
No, I have not been. As far as I know, no.
You've not been acting unseelie, have you?
That's none of your business, Squire Ryder.
Ryder smiles. He's happy he annoyed him a bit.
The Ertuğ actually nods at Donna. "Let's go near our friends," he says to Donna.
Donna opens her mouth to say something and then closes it and just nods.
"I am Sir Ertuğ Medforst at Basin in Staten Island. I presume you are Squire Ryder of House Leal, and this is Terry Waters." He extends a hand to both of you.
What house is this guy from?
Aeson.
Are they allies of, or at least neutral with, Aelios?
Aeson is a northern house. They're like Viking She type of persons. They don't like. I don't know. You don't know a lot about them because they're very rare. He's an open unseelie. You heard about him, but you heard about him, but not that much.
Okay, Ryder will shake his hand. Nice to meet you.
Miss Waters, I have met at your bar.
Oh, okay, cool. Of course, yeah. Wait, that one night you had that shirt that I really liked.
Thank you.
You did wear a shirt, right?
He smiles and doesn't answer the question.
Smart.
Well, do you guys know why
you're
here? Oh, go on, guys. We'll see. The guy's going.
Are we all here for the same thing?
Unless you've got us in some kind of trouble.
How could we possibly be here for the same thing?
The world is a crazy place, Terry.
I mean, everybody knows that you despise me, so there's not really a reason for anyone to invite both of us to the same room, even. I'm sure that we're here purely coincidental.
Donna just kind of looks at her, doesn't say anything, because Donna hadn't even actually gotten weird with her at this point. Terry was the one who got weird first. And she just kind of looks at her and just doesn't answer.
Ryder's just going to say, ooh, drama. Are you two going to fight or something? Because I'm still taking bets.
I mean...
Sir Thomas says, no, they won't.
The thing is,
Donna
everybody
nods.
already sort of knows that maybe Donna wants to tell the story again, that I betrayed her. So I think at this point the fight is still kind of going, but it's her turn now. You know?
Strangely, Terry, I didn't actually bring anything up. All I said was that the world is a weird place.
I mean,
pretty
you
sure
didn't bring anything up yet.
I'm pretty sure that might be considered just a polite conversation, considering the company we're in and the place that we are.
Is I impolite? Oh no! Please forgive me.
There's
not me that it's
I forgive you.
I mean, if you really want to apologize, I mean, there are other things you could apologize for in a way that actually made sense. But let's just continue with the conversation in a nice and polite way.
Do you know if there's a place where I can smoke? I'm dying for a cigarette.
You guys see, actually, the Knight Commander appears from the second floor of this big manor. She slowly walks. She's wearing her armor. Her bow is at her back. And says, in a very, straight tone, please follow me.
Has Ryder spoken to us since the tournament?
No.
Okay. Then he doesn't really say anything. He kind of bows and nods, and yeah, we'll do that.
Thomas and the other knight immediately starts following her, and she starts fucking off.
And she goes too. Like, there's no reason not to.
Terry kind of toys with a pebble in her hand and actually checks her package of cigarettes and then looks up, and as everybody is following sighs and will move along. She's only the commoner after all, so it makes sense that she's lost.
They go to the second. The Knight Commander actually goes to the second floor. There's two Illuminati guards. They're holding these swords and spears, and their spears are actually blocking a way, but they open a way. You guys go towards this balcony. Where there's a man in a white cloak made out of silk. His face has a metal mask. His ears are also hidden. He's sitting, and there is a table and bunch of books. The table is for 6 people.
You want me to roll my curiosity at this?
If you want to. What do you want to do?
I mean, what's behind the mask, yo? What's behind the mask?
Difficulty 6.
Mhm.
The person actually gets up, and immediately the two knights
Good.
gets on their knees.
Donna just does a curtsy. Like as soon as she walks in, she'll actually kind of grin at him briefly, but drops into the curtsy at the same time.
Ryder will do the knee thing. He likes Ilunids, and this is Sylvanas Bay's boss.
Terry is kind of waiting, like a few seconds too long, as she's looking at the rest, and it's like, oh, right. Does a very clumsy kneel thing.
Please, let's have a sit. As he shows the seats there's around the tables, and there's like 6 sits here, and he sits at the one of the chairs that is like the chair of the boss. You understand, like the guy that like,
Yeah.
you see
The one at the end
everywhere.
of the table.
Exactly, the one at the end of the table.
Dona's going to expect the 2 knights because there are 2 knights, right? She's
Yeah,
going to assume that they're going to take the one to the right and the left of him, so she'll take she's going to go for the second away from him on the right is what she's going to go for.
Okay. What is the other Terry and Ryder is doing?
Ryder will sit opposite Donna.
Terry will take whatever spot is left.
It's actually near Donna.
It's probably the other end of the table. That's fine.
Yeah.
No biggie.
The count that maybe like he didn't say that he was the count, but he actually says, "I am Count Darren Skillick, Count of New Hope. I welcome you all to the freehold that I rule my realm." His voice is sickly. His breathing can be heard through the mask. When you guys are more closer to him, his face can be seen through the mask, and there are scars. His ears can be seen, but can be actually understood that he's he's a she. But the white cloak made my silk actually closes his ears as well. His hand also has this like white silky. There's no part of his skin actually is being seen. I will be straight to the point. I invited you 5 to hear about the investigation regarding the old one and things everyone has found. All you 5 has been doing independent investigations. Terry Waters, you start.
What? No, I'm not a good starter. Amazing at the finish, but bad starter.
You're listening.
Okay. Jeez, where to? I don't even know where to start.
The count is still waiting. God, I think like everyone is like still looking at Terry. Like the 4 remaining. Like does Donna and like Ryder also looking at Terry?
Yeah, definitely.
Donna glances, but then looks away because anything with Terry is apparently very touchy today. So she's going to kind of glance over there, then kind of focus on the table in front of her.
I mean, Terry is just kind of tossing the pebble between both hands as she is thinking. And it's like, it all started at an autumn eve in the darkness at the haven. At the harbor of the Bronx. Is that a good start? Yeah? Awesome. No, anyway, so yeah, I don't quite know where to start. I don't quite know what you guys all know. I actually found some assassins who are like golden skins, and it doesn't really matter how. So I went to look into it, and then I found out that there had been people kind of sending them, and then ultimately it ended up with me finding out that Holly was one of the people responsible for sending them. So that's my
Very
story.
good.
There you go.
Very good. Now tell me the remaining details that you are not telling us and trying to make this short.
Someone was murdering the Unseelie. I investigated, found those gold skin fuckers. I was told that they came from a place called Sanction. I visited that. I got into a conversation with a certain lady. We don't need to go into detail about that. She will glance at Donna for that. But she and I struck a deal. She gave me the information about those people in return for me giving her some information that some people really consider very badly. I made a very bad mistake there, and else we would have never gotten this information. But hey, whatever, doesn't matter, right? Then someone else got murdered who was also a friend of mine, like the first one. And then I looked into it and
Someone
found
else who?
Lime.
Thanks. Please continue.
So I investigated the matter and I found some sort of green stone that he used to communicate with others. He was very scared when he was telling me about certain stuff. And he was planning to actually go here, I suppose, either talk to Count or Countess or I don't know, but he was murdered before he actually had a chance to do so.
What do you wish to speak about?
He was part of a group that thought that Unseelie weren't treated fair. He didn't tell me who was in it, but he didn't want to go in there. He didn't want to be part of it anymore. He wanted to get out. He wanted to. He thought they were crossing a line. They were going places that he didn't want to go. And because he tried to get out, he got killed. So I found this green stone at his place. And also found footprints. There was something odd about them. They weren't. They seemed to appear out of nowhere, just next to the bed where he got killed. But anyway, most important thing was that I did find that stone, and I noticed that it was a stone that they used for communications, and I found out that one of the people communicating with the stone was someone whose name we will not mention anymore because I refuse to do that. She and someone else who was known as Whispers. And I at least met with the person whose name I won't speak. And she actually tried to fucking flirt with me and tried to get me in on their thing, which I sort of avoided. And then, I was thinking about all these things and I realized that she must have been the one to think. She must have been the one who was responsible for killing my friends. So I wasn't quite sure, of course, but I was planning to check this, so I got help of Donna here. And
Squire
send
Donna.
her to. Sure, whatever. Send her to.
I beg your pardon?
It's that person, as she points at Donna, and she went to investigate in Staten Island to find this whisper. From there on, it's no longer my story, so I'm sure she can tell that for herself. And I went to the Bronx. We all found Holly. This pebble kind of gets slapped on the table as she actually speaks that name. And got her to confess, and she was taken captive. She tried to escape, and then, that's all I have.
I probably understand 25% of what you said.
Well, then probably the shorter version was the more clear one.
Seems your mentor did a good job how to speak with your betters.
He tried. My lord?
His eyes get closed for 3 seconds, and then he opens them again and looks at Ryder.
Ryder smiles at him.
Donna will kind of raise her hand for just a brief second.
He looks at Donna.
Terry, he's Your Excellency.
Check. My Excellency.
No, I'm pretty sure that's not what I meant.
You don't have to. She is just... He doesn't complete that sentence and then looks at Ryder.
My turn?
Squire Ryder. I have heard that you and Squire Donna has been working on the old one, and actually have been together on this couple times, actually more than a couple times. Now, I don't want to do the mistake that I did by asking questions to Donna. And
for the best.
I would like you to start from your meeting with the first time you met with that Sloa who tried to kill Squire Donna, and then to Prison Break. Details.
Well, the first time we met her, she offered, essentially she was trying to get Unseelie changelings to join them. Didn't do a very good job. Wasn't like much in it really. Then everything's happened since then. I can hardly remember. Then I was there when she tried to kill Squire Donna. That was fun. And basically since then, there was obviously the event where we transported her and we found that several members of the county had been working with them. They're obviously connected pretty deeply with the Shadow Court, as far as we can understand.
With all due respect, Squire Ryder, I believe, as she was standing near the door, they stated there was a one puka, a redcap, and a she in this group of the old one.
Yeah. And they rescued the lady with no eyes, the Slua, or they tried to. Me and Donna managed to escape their ambush, and then we tracked them down to where they were, and with the help of Sir Ryan and some others, we managed to take them out. And unfortunately, the blind Slua died.
I heard.
But we got another prisoner instead.
The redcap, he's still at the prison at the moment.
Well, dude, he's having a comfortable stay.
I would like to know if there's anything you wish to add, Squire Donna.
I'm not sure what to add, Your Excellency. I was the only one who saw the. And she sort of closes her eyes for a second. The death of Mr. Whispers. The only one in this room, at least.
I have seen your report regarding that. You have claimed, you actually brought in your report that you've seen a Talain, 3 Talains.
Yes.
And his name was Dusk.
One of them, yes.
He looks at Sir Ertunch.
There was a bit more I could add, Your Excellency.
The Count immediately actually says, please, go ahead.
It seems very likely that there are other infiltrators within the county. A list of names was given, people in various baronies, and we've only encountered a few of them, so it would seem that the other names are still at large.
We have encountered with a she, Puka, and a redcap regarding the old one. When I say we, I mean you and Morrigan, the Count says. She told me his eyes were black.
Out of character, when was that?
Sir Genis.
Oh yeah, Ryder doesn't really want to talk about Sir Genis, but if he already knows. Lady Morrigan has a better memory than me. I'm sure she can remember it. Sorry, he would say Knight Morrigan remembers it much better than me. But yeah, they all appear to have some kind of affliction on themselves. Some of them, the she that we encountered was able to mask it. But that will be the telltale sign, I think.
The Count looks at the A-scene, Knight Ertunch, and he actually opens a book. It seems the entity they wish to summon is this, as he shows a photo of this entity that you all seen in your dreams. Baylor the Evil Eye, the King of Fomorians. Everyone can remember, the photo, the image looks same as what you have seen in your dreams. When Baylor talk to you, an old one talk to you.
We know about House Baylor, right?
Yes. Now, before we start this information gathering, the Baylor the Evil Eye is the king legendary Fomorian that basically comes. They basically thought that the Shi and the Tuatha De Danann, the progenitor of the Shi and other changelings, he was killed by his grandchild, Cold Lu. According to this book, who created the House Baylor.
Donna's nodding affirmatively to that one.
It seems as if it's written, the Baylor is dead and can come back with some weird magic. But the book states there's another book that goes to that detail.
Does it give any clues as to where to find the book?
No, but I think the Soothsay can help with that. But it's going to be a long shot.
Donna glances to the Count upon hearing the Soothsay part.
Mm-hmm. Sir Thomas actually asks, the dabbling with magic can be a problem. We will not know where we enter. The ASIN looks and says, we can continue the investigation and learn if our Count agrees, of course. The Count takes another deep breath and says, Squire Ryder and Squire Donna, you have been working on this for a long time, willingly or not willingly. Is there anyone who wishes to add anything more?
I've had a proposed plan, but it would require your permission to do it, or somebody high up's permission.
I think in my county there is no one who is higher up than me, so please tell me.
We have Unseelie, Shadowcore, Old One worshipping, whatever people want to call them, infiltrators within our county. They are looking to recruit. They are looking to get people on their side. They may have influential people, but I'm sure that they want others. My idea was that we try to get them to recruit one of us again, and then they go along with it.
He nods. Dangerous, but it can work.
I've been fairly outspoken regarding that I think, and Ryder will just smile at the Gwydion, that I think the Unseelies have a lot to contribute to changeling society and Unseelie philosophies and houses. I could openly say that maybe these Baelor worshippers have some good ideas. The only problem would be I don't want to encourage others. But if I could look to join.
I could have done that before the melee tourney, but now I can't.
Why?
We'll explain it after the meeting. Then we are alone together.
Okay.
It concerns you and no one else. But Squire Terry and Squire Ryder, I need you to work with the...
Squire Terry?
Whoa.
Did I say Squire Terry?
Oh yeah.
Okay, sorry. Then he wouldn't say that. My apologies. Squire Ryder and Squire Dana, I need you to work with Sir Ertunch and Sir Thomas here to find more about these cultists and help them find the remainings and to make sure the Baelor is not summoned.
Donna's going to raise her hand.
Yes?
What you say is important, but I think there's more goals than just trying to find the cultists. I think we should be focusing also on trying to find that book to get more information to make better decisions. And also we need to figure out if there is another leader still out there. Those two things seem to be important too.
Ertunch actually says, I agree with Squire Terry. I think the book is very important.
Donna. Squire Donna.
God damn it, I apologize, guys.
Like the book, I say that in common. Like at the same time, they both look at him like, Donna.
Yeah, I mean, I'm willing to leave. I know he wouldn't do that, but it's just funny.
He actually, like, maybe this guy slipped and he says, my apologies. Squire Donna is right. I think we should find a book. The book will tell us more knowledge about this and about our enemies.
Maybe it'll give us a weakness.
If we can learn about how enemy wishes to summon the Baelor, we can find those things and not let them fall into their hands. Sir Thomas is like, I can agree with this. The Count looks at Squire Ryder.
Of course. The more information, the better.
The Count looks at Terry.
You know,
You're no longer serving Sir Jarrig. Your punishment has changed to this.
Wait.
You will aid this group, 4 of them.
With your permission, Your Excellency, I really don't work well with others. Like, everybody here can agree to that, please. I'm way better at my own. On my own. I'll be useless. These are all fucking nobles. I'm not.
What did you just say?
Me or her?
No,
I started
he
to
looks
say
at
something.
Terry. He looks at Terry. What did you just say?
These people are all better than I am. They're nobles. I'm not. I can't do shit.
That's why you'll be serving us, Terry.
Exactly. And secondly, mind your stupid manners. Or I will put a teacher who can teach you your manners.
Your Excellency, with all due respect, I request that you do not do this. Because in the end, at least 3 of us know that this will end in a disappointment for at least 3 of us, probably 5 of us, and most likely you as well.
If you can't work with others, why are you trying to be a reeve in my barony?
That's different.
That's not different. And he actually raises his voice and then starts coughing.
Donna's gonna actually is there like a pitcher of water on the table or anything?
Yes, there is.
She's going to actually pour a glass of water and kind of push it towards him.
I don't need your help, Squire.
Yes, Your Excellency.
Terry, it'll be fine.
You know it won't be.
Of course, it's not going to be fine. We're looking for crazy, murderous cultists that want to bring about the end of the world.
Actually, you're assuming things, Terry. You're assuming that I definitely think it's going to fail because you're involved. When really, we're at about 50-50. I mean, like, there was, the time that you basically sold me out, but then there's the time that, we took down those assassin types. You wanted me to do that. That's the only reason I said anything. But we're at about 50-50, I think.
I'm pretty sure we're not. And I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure that I can't work under you.
That is not a choice. You're a commoner, and she's a squire. If you can't work under these terms, that's quite fine. I will just write a letter to Demawand. Baron Demawand.
Sir, if I may, I think Terry's just intimidated by your august presence. She'll do it. Won't you, Terry?
She's not gonna reply.
Ryder's going to take that as a yes.
Yeah, that's fine. And Donna's just gonna look at her and just be like, "Look, I just want to be polite and move on, okay? So just say yes and let's do this. Not that big of a deal."
Oh, now you want to move on. Because by now everybody in the freehold and every freehold in New York knows the story. Now you want to move on? Why? Because it was finally useful to you?
I would prefer to discuss personal matters outside of this room. But I'm happy to do that if you'd like, later.
You're right, it definitely has no place here.
Sir Thomas and Sir Ryder is very good at handling themselves in melee combat. The Squire Donna and Squire Knight Ertunch, god damn it, are good at knowledge. I hear from Sir Jerrig that you wish to amend and create a better future by working. Terry Waters.
If he says so, Your Excellency.
Come with me to results. Whatever you need, let me know, and it'll be done. But I want this cult to be found and Baylor not to be summoned. Before you raise and leave, I want every individual in this room to swear an oath to me that they will not aid or summon Baylor.
Of course.
He's looking at Terry and Ryder.
I swear.
I wouldn't even know how, but of course I swear.
Dreaming as our witness, I will not aid or help, or I will not summon Baylor, as I presume everyone accepted it, and the dreaming will hold this oath. The knight also does.
Dreaming as my witness.
Yep. She repeats.
Basteri repeats.
Of course she does.
Good.
Like, in all honesty, not doing that right now means you can probably get a sword through your ass, and she wouldn't even want that.
Can you please? You were all excused, and thank you for coming here.
Terry's out.
And then he actually looks at Ryder and says, "Not you."
Did you see the Tywin Lannister? Not you.
Yeah, not you.
Yeah. Donna would curtsy and turn to leave, and she's gonna try to catch Terry.
Terry is out through the door, immediately lighting a cigarette. Her hands are actually shaking. She's looking extremely pissed off.
Would you guys like to set another scene and let me and Robbie do this scene? Because I think it may be very long with me and Robbie.
Yeah, we can do that. At least I'm fine with it.
Saskia,
Sure.
are you fine with it as well?
Yeah, I'm cool.
Okay. Thank you, guys.
All right.
Thank you for the scene, by the way. I really enjoyed it.
Thanks.
The Morrigan is there. And he looks at Morrigan and moves his head a bit. The Morrigan also gets out the room. And you're alone with the sickly man, the sickly she. You wouldn't believe, but I heard your name quite a lot.
All good, I hope.
Sadly, no.
Oh. That doesn't surprise me. If I've caused you any issues or offense, that was not my intention.
Now, today, I know that your house was going to invite you because Morrigan has told me that there was going to be a meeting with the Baroness and in Manhattan. Would you like to go to that meeting together? So you can understand why we can't have you running around bad-mouthing about Vasily and trying to join the Shadow Court.
Okay.
He nods and smiles. Actually, you go with Morrigan.
Sure.
And I will either come there or my wife will.
Your wife, sir?
The Countess.
Sorry, Your Excellency, I'm slightly new to politics.
You're excused.
Thank you, Your Excellency. And Ryder will leave.
Roll me perception alerts. I can roll for you if you want to.
I think it's like 3 dice. Let me just check.
Famously, it's not at least 1 dice.
Yeah, it's not Arthur Thane.
Yeah.
Perception.
This is Arthur Thane Jr.
3 dice, yeah.
Would you like me to roll for you?
Actually, I can just do it on this.
Okay.
Take a second. Two successes.
You hear someone coughing their lungs out of themselves.
Oh, as I leave?
Yeah.
It's King Baldwin. I like it.
Okay, let me set a bunch of photos because I need to set a bunch of photos. You kind of like stay alone with the Morrigan. She's a bit silent.
Ryder's going to be like super awkward at first, and then he's going to be like, "So sorry, I didn't win the tournament for you."
I presume this was like among your jokes to get the crowd like you.
A little bit. Although, actually, I didn't think you were going to go for it.
I do serve to my house.
Well, if you would like to keep the thing flashy, I know a nice restaurant we could go to after this.
She nods.
Just for house business, you understand. And it's quite obvious that Ryder's kind of like half joking.
Mm-hmm. She smiles, but like you didn't see her smile that often, but she does. I'm just setting photos. My apologies.
Cool.
Sir Justin's here. You go to, with Morgan. Do you have a car or?
Yeah,
actually,
right,
you have a
that's
very
Ferrari.
nice car. Yeah, he has a Ferrari. So like, you go with your Ferrari, and basically like, you enter the freehold. Okay, the freehold of the. And like you already, like half of the road, you already get a text about like, yeah, like we were all meeting.
Mm-hmm.
The second you enter, you see Sir Justin pointing at you, coming near you with like bottles of champagne. As he like opens the champagne, here to my squire. As he like gives a bottle of champagne, like a bottle to you immediately. Actually,
why? What did I do?
You lucky motherfucker! Come here. As he like takes you, like he's a troll, he's strong. He's pulling you towards the Baroness. You see Sir Ryan and Donnie is there as well, and they're like pointing their hands at you. Fucking, like the Donnie says, fucking brilliant. This guy's a knocker, by the way. Fucking brilliant. Like, fucking brilliant, man. Fucking brilliant. You fucked that guy up. It was so good. Like, he's a fucking squire now. That was so good.
I mean, I'd like to take credit, but actually, yeah, it was pretty fucking good. I was pretty.
He gives that like very intense, ugly laugh.
Yeah.
And like Sir Ryan is actually like smoking a cigar, and like he's also drinking wine, and he says, "We also earned a lot of money."
We did.
The Baroness comes near Ryder, like everyone like kind of gets shushed. Firstly, I was thinking that you were being a bit weird. But then when that idiot got into a squire, I realized that we made the right call to take you to our house.
I'm gonna lie, when things kind of escalated, I thought I was gonna get in a lot of trouble.
Now,
probably I'm getting in a lot of trouble.
I mean, we were already having a deal with Manhattan. Pardon, we were already having a deal with Queens. We're going to handle our, raw material problem in the future anyway. So telling them fuck you can't hurt us that much. She kind of smiles. Does Ryder looks like a bit like suspicious about this, or like how does he look?
He's not too
enjoying himself.
Sure what's happening.
Literally, they're like
Like
they're
he's
they're
glad that they're
celebrating.
happy.
They're celebrating.
Okay, Ryder's okay with the celebration then.
Like what you did made them very happy because it was a big fuck you to Jersey, who basically trying to fuck Manhattan over after what you did. But
Yeah.
who cares? Like,
You're not worried about the duel, Sir Justin? I mean, don't get me wrong, I think you can kick his ass, but
I'm gonna grapple him and then I'm gonna maul him. He says with this like very nice, like he like kind of flexes in his suit.
nice.
It's gonna be chop chop. Fucking Gideon thinks he can handle me, idiot. One of the boggins that serves, comes to the room and actually like knocks the door, and the Baroness immediately says, "Please come in." And you see Donnie immediately puts a robe around him that like makes him invisible.
Oh, nice.
The Countess, my apologies. My apologies. I didn't knew everyone was here. Um, um, she smiles and like nods to everyone. The Countess arrived. The Baroness looks like, I beg your pardon, honey? And the Boggin very like slowly, the Countess arrived. Okay, hon, please, we will get ready. The immediately you see that the Boggin leaves, and the Baroness looks at Donnie and says, "Get the fuck out of here." The Donnie immediately like goes near a room, pulls a book out of like the shelf. He enters like a hidden room in the barony.
Nice.
Like bunch of shit is going on. Like they didn't expect to see the Countess here.
Ryder just looks like, before she comes in, I was just with the Count. He seemed to know about us having a meeting. I assumed you knew, sorry.
Wait, what? He knew? I mean, I know Morgan tells when we are meeting he may arrive, but he didn't tell us he's coming or she is coming.
I don't know. Morgan's here, actually, isn't she?
Yeah, Morgan, like, she's here. Wait, they didn't tell you? And the Baroness is like, no, they didn't. Morgan looks like she doesn't understand. So does the Baroness. Sir Justin actually looks at Sir Ryan and says, "Do we know anything? Are they selling us out?" I'm just gonna put Sir Justin's photo here. I'm sorry, I changed a lot of photos because I play a bunch of NPCs. I really apologize. Awesome. Pardon?
Yeah. No, just totally
and
cool.
Sir Ryan is like, no. Okay, the Baroness immediately just says, let's prepare everything. Let's be ready. As far as we know, all of the houses here. As far as they know, all of the houses here. I will go to the throne room. We all will be there. We will see what they are coming for. Put your ceremonial armors on. Ryder has a ceremonial armor in the freehold as well.
Okay, he will put it on then.
You go to like different rooms. Can you give me 2 minutes? My grandmother calls me. I think it's about her pills.
That's cool.
I'll be right back.
Yep.
I am back. My apologies.
Hey, man.
Are you here?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay. I hope you enjoyed the scene.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's happening, but yeah, it's cool.
Okay.
Right, I think Ryder does either.
So basically, what you see is that they like everyone gets prepared. They like the countess is waiting at the waiting room. Like you got told like there's like 5 knights with the countess that works all working for the county. And everyone is like preparing the throne room, which like in the middle of the middle of the night, everyone is like preparing the throne room. It's kind of like strange to have like a court in the middle of this.
Yeah.
So basically, like you see that everything is ready. The Baroness is like at one side. There's Sir Justin. He wears armor like a ceremonial armor. Sir Ryan is at the other side. The Morrigan went near the Countess, and you're near Sir Justin.
Yep.
I presume, right? Like,
I think he's like behind him, like to the right, like where he would be able to give him his sword, like technically.
Okay. You see the doors open. The Countess here. She carries the sign of House Fiona because she's a member of House Fiona. There's 2 Gwydion knights behind her. The Morrigan is actually literally right beside her. There is another knight from House Beaumain, and she comes, and the Baroness rises. Your Excellency, it is pleasure to see you. I did not know you were arriving. That's because I didn't tell that I was coming. Would you care to explain what happened in the melee tourney? The room goes a bit silent when she says that because nobody probably saw Countess like the way she speaks. She's a bit like aggressive. If you are talking about what happened with the the Baron of Jersey, one of the barons in Jersey, Baron Templeton and his knights, they insulted my squire in the last tourney. Therefore, we believe that to show that we, as House Alil, do not take kindly as in how our knights are being bullied and attacked on streets. My squire challenged the knight, and as you saw, the knight attacked him while he was giving the warrior salute. And then he called the Baron out as the Baron attacked him when he was still working for House Alil. You see, like Baron, like Ryder, roll me a perception empathy.
Yep. Sorry, I'm on my iPad, so I'm having to jump onto Discord.
I can completely roll for you, man, if you want to. It's completely
all right.
Okay.
No, I got it. Let me check
Gotcha.
my empathy. I think it's 3. I mean, I think it's 2. It's 4.
Your empathy is 2, perception is 2. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh God, you have 3 9s. So in that story that the Baroness is saying, it's the truth, right? Like she is basically not lying at the moment. But there's also things that she doesn't basically say.
Yeah.
You see the Countess actually knows that she's not saying everything? And she says, Anna, which is the Baroness's name. The Baron Templeton told the Queen your knight Justin and his Squire Ryder apologized to Baron Templeton for his actions in a private meeting. After the tourney that happened. He thought this matter was resolved. That's why he was trying to work for the betterment of New Hope, and he now feels betrayed. Roll me perception empathy again.
Just one success.
You don't see how the Baroness is hiding her feelings. We were trying to deal with Manhattan and Jersey problem, trying to solve the situation that one of your house members caused. We're trying to protect all these members that caused all these problems, like your Squire, like Dame Maven, like Dame Iris, and we're giving you this barony to make sure that you protect Unseelie. And this is how we get repaid by you, me and my husband. Today, a delegation from the County of Jersey has arrived to us and said that if there's no public apology or what happened in the melee tourney, they will cut the trade deals with my county. All of it, not just with you. How does Ryder feels about this? I just want to hear it.
I mean, probably a little stressed. I assume he's like not really able to say anything though. These people like a lot higher than him.
We can interject. You can say with all due respect and interject.
Mm-hmm. Ryder will step forward and will have his head bowed and will say, with all due respect, Your Excellency, if you'd allow me to explain my actions.
She gives a look. Go on, right, Squire Ryder.
My enmity with Baron Templeton doesn't start with the last tournament we had. You're right. We did apologize to him for my actions, which at the time was basically... And Ryder just shrugs, calling him out in that tournament. But I think to know the full context of why I despise the man, it may enlighten you. I used to live in Jersey and I used to work for Baron Templeton. I used to deliver his messages. I was just a commoner. I had fully embraced my Seelie nature after my chrysalis.
She kind of raises her hand. Squire Ryder, is the story you're about to tell me is more important than all these lives that is going to suffer from this trade federation? Pardon, not trade federation. Trade deal? As 99% of the raw materials comes from Jersey.
Is the fact that Baron Templeton, one of their leaders, the fact that he had me punished for a crime, the fact that he's corrupt and has broken changeling law, the fact that since then he tried to murder me and buried me alive, the fact that one of their barons is a criminal and a murderer, is that of any importance?
And why I'm hearing this right now, you were in New York.
Because I was a commoner and he's a baron?
that doesn't matter in this barony, in this county. If a baron does something, we protect our own.
I would say that after that happened, my trust in justice has been slightly modified. I think you can understand that I was distrusting after, and Ryder will kind of like, he has his wings, but he'll try and flex them. After I was crippled, not at Baron Templeton's hands, but because of his manipulations, because he blamed me for something that his son did. It was actually House Alil that did this to me. But when they realized the mistake, they attempted to rectify it. That's why I joined them, because they're not hypocrites. They accept what they are.
There are two Gwydion knights. Mind says, the troll says, mind your words, squire. For whatever you are, you're still a squire.
I am, and for the record, truthfully, it has been shown to me that not all members of House Gwydion are like Baron Templeton, although at once I did think it. That's the honest truth. But Baron Templeton is corrupt. He is a liar, and even since that, he tried to silence me. He had me knocked unconscious and buried me in a coffin alive.
You see that the troll behind is actually the member of the Order of the Flaming Falcon in Brooklyn.
Mm-hmm.
And he actually looks very surprised at what you said.
So you're right.
If this is true,
I would swear an oath on the dreaming that it's true. If you have any ways to verify my truth or see my past or whatever, then go for it.
And please tell me that the story you told is true without any lies, and you're not trying to get out of this by lying to or manipulating us, and you're simply telling the truth.
The truth is, I was accused and convicted of a crime by the Baron Templeton, and I was crippled. I then fully embraced my unseelie nature. Since then, I came to New York. I had associations with House Alil, and while I was doing something for them, I was not something particularly honest. However, Baron Templeton and his thugs accosted me and ambushed me, and then buried me alive in an attempt to kill me. I believe they didn't try to kill me on the spot. I don't know why, but they didn't. I managed to escape.
Now, this troll looks at the she who's near him, who's from House Gwydion, and he says, he's not lying. Your Excellency, he is not lying. She grits her teeth. Fine, then. Do you wish to exact justice from this man, Squire Ryder?
For a long time, all I wanted was vengeance from him. But it was made a point to me when I joined this house that if you live for vengeance, you can often die for it. And I decided that I'd rather live for something than die for vengeance. But, of course, I would like to see justice done. I would actually prefer to never see him again or hear from him again and be able to get on with my life.
That's a bit tragic after you called him out dishonorable. But now there is a truth to your words, and those are not just insults.
They weren't just insults, Your Excellency. Although I did intend to insult him. He doesn't deserve to sit alongside our queen in the noble's box. Everything I said was true.
We will bring these accusations. I will bring these accusations to the Queen.
I would happily verify this under any kind of oath or any kind of truth spell that you could bring.
She actually says, I already did, as she looks at the Gwydions, and the Gwydions nods.
Ryder will nod then as well. If it's
Anna, she actually, used Baroness's name again. Yes, Your Excellency. We gave Manhattan to you because we thought you can handle ruling. Now I know you're a great ruler, but the communication is important. Next time something like this happens, will be the last time you will call yourself a baroness. This comes from Daron. We will give these accusations to the Queen, and she will decide what will happen, because this is a matter beyond me, as there's 2 duchies involved now. As I, and the County of Jersey answer a duke, and 2 dukes can make this decision, so they will go to Queen as well. It can be justice, or you can accept his duel. It's up to you. But if you accept a duel, there will be consequences for my county, so I can't have that. Do you understand, Squire Ryder?
Ryder nods.
In your free time, do what you can do to understand or find more information regarding what happened to you and your relationship with the Baron Templeton.
I can do. Out of character, I can't remember if in my backstory I actually have named the allele that actually did it to Ryder, but he's an allele of Jersey or something.
Pardon?
Say or again? Somewhere nearby.
It was an allele of Jersey that is not an allele Jersey anymore, because they kind of kicked him. The Gwydians rules there, and we can say that it happened.
Yeah, a few years ago or something. Cool. Yep.
Yeah. I will take my leave, as there's a tourney going on, and please make sure not to call out more people.
Ryder just kind of nods, and he looks at his shoes. As you say, Your Excellency.
She turns her back. The knights bow at the Baroness, and they leave as well, and leave Anna Sylvia and the rest of you alone. There's a silence for 10 seconds.
Ryder's not going to be the one to break the silence.
Justin says, so I can't get my hands on the fool. And it's Sir Ryan who says, I guess no. Baroness takes a deep breath. Justin, find people in Jersey that will have dirt on Templeton with Ryan. Ryder,
Your Grace?
no matter what happened today, I am still proud of what you did. She actually smiles.
This is the second time that I've caused a lot of shit for you.
No. You actually caused more. We will look like the martyrs when the Templeton's crimes looks nice.
One thing you've all taught me is that a lie is powerful, but sometimes the most powerful thing is the truth.
She smiles. We did make a mistake. After apologizing to him, calling him dishonorable and all that jazz was a mistake. But at least we had a weapon in our hand that we could have used, which was, we didn't thought it was honesty, but you did well there as well. I just think that I didn't expect the delegation to arrive and intimidate the Countess to stop the trade. You all should have warned me. That's why I keep you all. Now, Ryder, you said you were at the county freehold.
Mm-hmm.
She kind of looks at you like, why?
The Count was the Count is trying to get all the people working on the issue of the old one to like work together. So it was me, Squire Donna of Queens, Terry Waters, and two others I don't really know.
It seems Terry Waters is trying to be a Reeve in Bronx.
Yeah. I was actually thinking, I was talking to Sir Ryan about trying to support her on that.
Is there any weakness we know about Terry?
Oh, yeah, she's a drug addict.
Anna just closes her eyes and, this game is familiar to her.
There's only one person standing against her. With the tournament, I've inquired, but I'm trying to find some dirt on him. If we can get him out of the running, then I think we can probably manipulate Terry.
It's Cartia's pawn, Dame Cartia. Demivant is being a fool. He's letting Cartia run away with a lot of things. But she actually looks at Ryder and then says, we will get through this, but let's try to get Terry to work with us if need be. If he is not, being cooperative.
To be honest, even without the drug addiction, I think I'm one of the few people that she at least gets on with. I work in her bar for her.
That's good.
I think if we tried to throw our weight at her, she resists. That's just the kind of person she is. She often doesn't think about consequences. But I think if we just show her friendship, then it should be easy.
I have heard she abducts Sir Jarek.
Oh, yeah. I think that was more of a misunderstanding than an actual malicious abduction, but yeah.
Sir Ryan actually just says a lot of people says they're very close to each other now.
Well, if friendship won't do it, cocaine will.
He nods. Thank you all. I believe the Countess will take the lesson that we don't do things.
If there was anything else, pardon?
She just says the Countess will take the lesson that we don't do things for nothing.
Sorry, what was that?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, she basically said, the Baroness, because she's an allele, she said, now probably the Countess will take a lesson that we don't do nothing for no reason. We don't do anything. We don't do shit for no reason, basically. She's an allele, like the Countess came in, kind of yelled at her, so she's trying to be an allele. As all alleles are.
The Countess was simply misinformed as to the truth of the situation.
Yes. I'm surprised that you met with Daron.
He seems really sick.
Nobody knows how. After the Tulane War, he just got sick and he'd become more alone and didn't even go, but his grasp is felt. I know he actually yelled at Demavance a couple times. Sir Justin actually says, how is Riders Reavers going?
Good. As far as I'm aware, the deal is all sorted. We ended up with 50-50, which I think is more than fair. Naturally, we were taking expenses. We'll be... Sorry, go on.
No, go. You go ahead.
Naturally, some of that will go to paying those who got working for us. But I knew Sadetlav was a badass, but yeah, I mean, he's pretty awesome. So that's good.
Do you know, Ryder, what would be a big story?
Oh?
If Fiona Knight, raised by his mother and his father, to be the perfect example knight in all Concordia. His father is a man of ambition, regent. He raised that laugh again to be the perfect knight. He didn't choose House Gwydion, but he chose House Fiona because his mother had a huge influence on that laugh. His story is a bit weird. No one knows. He doesn't tell a lot of people. But as far as I know, there was a duke in the Kingdom of Apples. This duke was a Gwydion, as all story starts with them. He was a tyrant, basically. What happened is basically the Duke Rialdo of House Gwydion was trying to make the Connecticut as a bastion of traditionalism. It was known as Duchy of Mirrors. It fell to an uprising to dissatisfied commoners, and he got replaced. He was in that rebellion in the sides of the county, part of the duchy. He was allowed to live by the rebel forces and let go, even when he was an oathbreaker. They let him keep his title, but the house kicked him, the House Fiona, because he was an oathbreaker. Don't you think it would be a good story if the Black Lion, whose house betrayed him, and whose people set him aside, to redeem himself and join under the blessing of the Silver Dragon?
Ryder raises an eyebrow at that.
The crowd and the people's emotions are very different. One day you're an oathbreaker, the second day, if you can do something good, everyone's perspective will change. This is one of the biggest hypocrisies in the world, that everyone can turn against each other. I know that the changelings' minds are very different. But if he can redeem himself, and if House Alil is there, I'm sure he hates Gwydians just like us.
Can I ask you a question?
Please.
You said Detlef's mother was from House Fiona. Is his father from House Eiluned?
He shakes his head. His father is the regent, the guy who leads Concordia, the leader of the Flaming Falcon, High Lord of House Gwydion.
Ah.
Why did you thought it was an Eiluned?
When you said his mother was a Fiona, I thought it might be the Count and Count. He might be the son of the Count and Countess.
Oh, no. The Count is 26. Countess is 28.
Okay.
They all will do what's necessary for the Silver Dragon.
Speaking of this, I was thinking of putting some of my winnings from the tournament to good use. Who would you recommend for Sheeplay in Goblin Town?
I don't think there is someone in Goblin Town. I don't think there is someone in Goblin Town who can make a Sheeplate.
Oh.
There is someone in Trade Federation.
Fuck that.
Maybe you can go to what was the name? You can go to Duchy of the Pewers in the Massacres. There is the Duke you met, the Duchess Piranha you met She lives there. She is the Duchess after all. I'm sure that she will find, one of her bairns is also an Leo. You can ask there, or actually, wait, there is an Unseelie knocker in Brooklyn. His name is Duncan. Ask him. I think he would know someone.
I will do. Thought I'd try and look swish for the jousting tournament.
She nods. So, Justin, do what I said and make sure to keep in touch with Magor, Sir Ryan. You do your duties. Sir Skyrider, you are doing quite well, actually. He smiles again. But now, if you excuse me, I need to go away before Portios finds us here. Portios is the Gwydion
My lady.
fucking guy.
Okay. Ryder's gonna bow and he'll kind of back out the room to leave.
Okay. Would you like to end the scene there?
Sure.
Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, guys, for watching. See you next time.